You know, after that game 1, there's only one thing that matters here, and that's which team uses tier... Oh, wait, sorry, no. This is a different game. Sorry, I didn't notice from the first half of the draft. These guys really like their openers, huh?
Dude, 4 of these players, they played the same. The Viper, Enchantress...
No. Don't continue. Just stop at Viper. Stop at the Viper.
What's wrong?
That's the rest. I'm like, whatever. It's the Viper. It's the fact that the DM has. It's a masochist. He must be like to pick and play this hero willingly 3 times in a row.
What about always want to fly though? Like,
oh, that's
3 games in a row. You're basically just like, all right, I will die. I'll just swap my course out of harm's way. Die. You know. How many minutes of this series has always want to fly spent dead? That's like the real.
That is the stats that's the most important stat. I don't think we've been tracking that one. It's gonna probably be too depressing for Always Want to Fly to see on any monitor after the series is done. But he's definitely had a lot. I mean, the first game he was up to 18 deaths. I think the second one it was a little bit more tame. The question is, how many times are you gonna die in this game? Because I'm seeing multiple heroes that can ensure your death.
Yeah, and save now. He's like the didn't really work out with Tusk last game, you know, not really my cup of tea. He's gone back to the Clockwork. They've got once again this Clockwork Viper lane. I'm intrigued to see how it goes this time around for Navi, if they're gonna be better or VP are still just gonna handle it, and then the Storm.
We have, but there's an important thing here. Like the panel was pointing out, apparently his stats on this aren't too impressive. But then, after the start to the game Iceberg had last game, I'd say this one's about even.
Yeah, you know, anything can happen.
17% win rate. Oh no! It's only 6 games.
Anything can happen.
But he has a 17% win rate. I just checked. Thank you, Mr. Statsman.
Could have been.
That is true. Have you got any 0% win rate heroes, Pycat?
I have any.
That must be one hero you played once. It's like that is absolutely
I played techies and lost once.
There we go. I think many people can relate to that.
Let's see. I played one techies game in 2015.
To be honest, like even if you win the game, you're losing it because you picked techies in the first place, right?
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
You can never have a 100% win rate. Anyone who tells you to have is a filthy, disgusting liar. The real winners are the ones that never pick techies. But we're not going to get to see
I feel like that's very true. Sadly.
Sadly.
Sadge.
That's it. It's just one of those heroes, right? Like, what heroes that you think fit into that category of everyone but that hero is?
General, I mean, Epikid here. I feel like fine. General, doesn't he just go for the flame break here?
No. He held on for some reason.
I feel like you go for the flame break right there. You push him back a little bit. I think he's dead.
Maybe he was overrating tower regen, because I've heard plenty of players really just lay into what they think is stupid about the idea of having armor and HP coming from this tower that makes carries lane so much easier than it was in previous patches.
I'm sure.
By the way, everyone will notice we've avoided talking about the top lane because I can't remember what we said in game 1, which side was stronger, but if it doesn't go that way now, that kind of makes us look dumb. So we're just gonna.
No, I mean, it seems like Navi are doing a lot better this time around, and they did go for the stun on bench. They understood how to play the lane a bit better. What's the tower then?
I think,
what is that?
Is it 1 extra regen? I believe you get. You get 1 extra. Because I think that was the same patch when it might have been just after that patch actually, when they introduced more tower damage, right, on the higher tiers.
I mean, because I'm aware that there's armor. I just didn't.
I think it's 1. It doesn't seem like much, but obviously, if you're a carry, right, like it's much easier to keep creep equilibrium near your tower.
Dota mechanics, man. Like an.
Yep, which has me slightly worried for our new player experience that's coming soon, right? Right? How the hell's that gonna work? pretty sure
Their experience is lovely, okay?
you know what
Fair.
you know what it's gonna be. It's gonna be like you get into the game, you wander along, some random bot 4-staffs you into your death, and then you get reported and muted for half an hour. That's the new player experience in a nutshell.
Sounds about right.
Coming to a client near you soon. Mid lane is pretty even. Neither of them have choked yet. One of them is going to make the other's win rate worse. I'm not sure what Icebergs was sitting at this point. I mean, we saw GPK's was a bit demoralizing.
Radiant's
Yeah, I mean,
top
Iceberg,
tower is under
he's
attack.
got to win too.
Yeah, he's up to 60%. It seems a bit unfair with that win you just mentioned. But he's played 5 games. GPK played 6. It's quite the difference. I'm sure GPK can just hide behind the fact, you know, I was playing with an NA team plus DK easy hero, right? Just hit creeps, brief fire.
I mean, perhaps this is the, you know, like the dawn of a long and prosperous age of Storm Spirits for DK, you know?
And then the hero
Once
gets nerfed in a week's time.
Redemption.
I can't believe for a second this hero is not going to get tweaked in the upcoming patch. Like, he just feels so powerful. Minus 1 armor, the classic mid nerfs, flash buffs. Oh, save.
Yeah, I mean, 1 armor would be a little bit annoying, you know? Tanking just a little bit.
I think Bot wishes he had more armor there. Tag team just roughing them up quite a bit. I mean, this is a spooky free hero combo when they come together.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is here, like, Roger is not really needed in this bottom lane. They're not really applying all that much pressure to the Bat Rider.
Radiant are
You
scanning.
can't really go on him because if there are stickies on the then can't really follow the Bat Rider. It's hard to pursue. And such, Tusk is free.
If you shut down DM, we've seen plenty of games where Vipers, if they lose their lane, it tends to remain a pretty underwhelming hero. You can already see he's trying to supplement the jungle. He understands his limits, so hopefully he'll not overplay his hand in this lane. But that does mean you're going to be forfeiting more or less free farm to the Drow Ranger in another Drow lineup. Stun out.
Yeah,
That's a sad clockwork. Ball lining in. DPK wants to punish him. Nevertox is going to go down, but Snowball to save and move away from the break towards Ilias. We'll get them out of the danger zone. Now Iceberg trying to walk this one off. Is taking a lot of damage though. V2 does erupt. GPK's out of mana, but they just don't have the damage or the sustain. DM is ditching out way too much here. As a result, it'll just be the DK that falls.
the Arcane Ring helping out, allowing him to
Denied!
round that much more fights.
Yeah, I think he came instantly from picking it up right all the way across. Like, okay, yep, this is the rune. Nice rotation by DM as well. It's not really a hero you expect to rotate this early as well, considering how sluggish and slow it is.
General. They're trying to go on the Bat Rider. Ooh, boy, doesn't have a time walk for a while here.
No, but they're going to take the easy
Why did
target.
Iceberg go for the Enchantress?
I mean, it was 2 or 3 seconds. Maybe they were like, okay, we'll be close, but it won't be enough with the Dragon Tail. He wants up. Save, he's trying so desperately to help.
Radiant's
I'm just not sure
is under
who
attack.
he's helping here. I think it might be Navi.
Just wants to be a part of it all, man.
He's like, yo, guys, game 1 and 2 was awesome. Let's just fight. Everyone else just wants to farm.
And it's a little bit concerning here because General is already level 6 Bat Rider. Sitting in this bottom lane for... It's not gonna feel 100%.
No,
I don't know, he's very cautious though, because a lot of these heroes are missing off the map, which is very helpful for Epic Kid. Scary for...
yeah, it's not the easiest of kills to get even with a Chrono, right? Like, usually he'd be worried about the Viper, which is why he's showing now, because you wouldn't expect GPK to be down here. You wouldn't expect to have the damage, but they will. First hit bash, Effie's not even stick, so they don't even need to use the Chrono. Lasso will not save him or get him for a return kill.
Yeah, the fact that you throw out that lasso at the end. Wanted to try to kill the boy, but it's only gonna hurt you more. Meanwhile, now you won't really have that factor.
Save finally got the fight he wanted. Always wanted to fight.
I
Definitely tried
saw
to deny him.
I saw it, Save, okay.
We're watching. I mean, he's the guy involved in the action here, you know? He's given over 3 kills. He's been involved in 2 of his 3
Dire's
team
bottom
kills.
tower
It's
is under
Been involved in
attack.
3 of his 3 deaths.
hey,
That's
that's
a little
impressive.
stat for you there.
Radiant's top
So
tower
that
is
for
under
overall,
attack.
he's been involved in 5 combat scenarios at least in this game that have resulted in deaths. Not gonna say what the breakdown is, positive or negative. But we know he can deliver later on. We've seen what he can do when you get his later stages, and he's going to be crucial as this game goes on, right? As a means of vision for scouting out the drow, and then also that kind of follow-up initiation to the storm.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, and V2 Legend has it. He's still just
Dire's
farming creeps
structures are
on his Draw
fortified.
Ranger. Somewhat 125 minutes, 137 minutes later, you know, still on that Draw Ranger, still farming creeps.
People just have that hero, you know. Maybe this is just their heroes that they absolutely love playing, which makes us think that DM's a disgusting human being, especially.
Radiant's
But
bottom
we have those.
is under
I
attack.
mean,
Dire's
I think
top
for me, it's
tower
Void
is
Spirit these
fortified.
days. Everyone's got that cherishable hero they just love playing.
Yeah, for sure. You gotta have your go-to.
What's your comfort?
Way it is.
What do you
My
love to
comfort?
play?
Radiant's bottom tower is under
SF.
attack.
SF or Stork.
So if I said for 20 hours straight you had to play it, you okay with those 2?
I mean, if there was like a hero that I had to play, it would be SF.
Dire's top tower.
I mean, you can build it different way,
Radiant's
right?
bottom
Different
tower
ways, right?
is falling.
That's why I feel like the hero get a little bit of
Dire's middle tower.
get a little
is
bit of
under
this,
attack.
a little bit of that.
I think I just like the idea of those heroes that kind of feel on edge, right? I think that's why a lot of people enjoy the idea of the spirit heroes, is because you can kind of be that anime mode activate, and it does feel risky, but at the same time very rewarding.
Ah, yes, activating your
Dire's structures are
inner
fortified.
anime character.
Yeah,
If only
Dire's
I
middle tower
try
is under
really
attack.
hard, then
maybe.
doesn't, you know, then everything will.
Is there many
Time
phases
for
left for you?
Antagonist.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Oh, nice bug. They got the chrono as well, so you can't really protect him. You can see the hesitation. Roger wants to help, but he can't. Nice move by VP. Easy secure on this tower. They did rotate everyone here, but it's not like a drow is out pushing another lane in response.
Dire's middle tower has
Yeah,
fallen.
general, he did finish his travel.
Radiant's bottom
And I
tower
have
is
some of that
under
mobility
attack.
at least.
Gonna help him
And it's off.
die here or run away. Save the creeps. You can't. Do you just go for it? Do you just say
Radiant's
screw it? Because he's still in
bottom
range, but he's
tower
about to
is
get out.
under attack.
Mine.
GPK doesn't want to go
juke general.
first. Save.
Can't juke him. Too much of a jukester, you know. General is like a classic prank.
That's true.
The person, he's like he's just like a classic prankster, you know. He's the funny guy. That's just weird. Prankster.
Just gets in your head. You know, save any other person in this game, you would like, I know where he is, hook shot straight away. But I mean, what if General just started running
Radiant's bottom
towards you?
tower is under attack.
No, so. Speedy, let's do some travel, so I wouldn't trust Eve. So far, not being really punished for it. And it does mean he's probably going to get to his Blink Dagger without much hassle coming his way.
Sort of a quiet state of the game. The Epic Kid happily farming away with the
Oh,
Midas.
not quiet. You're wrong. There's a fight. They want to kill. Iceberg has got a haste, though. They'll drag him in. They might even still get him for this. Damage coming through. He's gone. You can run, but you can't hide from the damage of
Yeah,
VP.
but think about it this way though. Last game, Iceberg had a good start. Game he had a good start. Then he died 3 times. And then in the end, they came back because he got a rapier and then they won the game.
Well,
I'm just saying, if you look at previous events, I'm just saying, you know.
yeah, but
I'm pretty sure I know what's gonna happen this game.
I don't know, Podcast. I got to cut you off on that one because I think that already came into VP's mind. They went, what was a hero unlikely to build a Divine Rapier that we can give to Epic Kid? That's why they went wrong.
You say that, but you know, like if I'm looking at, you know, what has happened,
Dire's top tower is under attack.
what that means, you know.
All right, if we have 4 items in, or 3 items in, Epi Kid queues up a rapier. You're a goddamn oracle.
Radiant are scanning.
Safe.
I think right now VP's team is hoping that Epi Kid won't take it though.
Epi Kid, how much do you want to buy a rapier and get away to?
If we had a way of revealing that type of
Dire's
stat,
top tower
what
is under
player's
attack.
mindset, how likely is Epi Kid to pick up a rapier right now? Because V2 will pick up an easy kill. And oh look, the other pattern from game number 2. V2 has still not died yet and is already murdering people. Although his kill participation isn't going to be as good as last game. He's already missed out on a second kill.
Oh, that's gotta sting. So he's farming quite well. Same goes for Epi Kid. And you know, you gotta be a little bit worried because this is a little bit different here. This is a faceless void, and yeah, you do have the Venge and Tusk, but in the end, the Chrono is still a Chrono. You know, you got the Viper and the Enchantress there, and gonna be
Dire are scanning.
Look at the Chrono.
gets off too.
There it is. Gets off to a better start than it is, which he's going
He
to do.
just get 3 bashes there.
Yes,
He got 3 bashes on 4 hits, I think. That's not fair.
You lose face.
He primed them. We just clearly didn't watch. It's not that, you know, this hero's bash is ridiculous and plenty of players have said it is. This is a
Pretty sure that's not how it's supposed to. 4%. You know, it's not supposed to be 3 out of 4 hits.
I'm pretty sure I just keep watching him bash, and then he'll get like a double bash afterward. Like,
This guy's got some different numbers on those.
yeah. I mean, as a person who's trying to run a +4 void where you just pray for a bash, I never get 20 hits in, still nothing.
I'm mechanical.
Yeah, I don't know. Some people are just good at using bash or entangle. For me, it was always entangle. I could never use root. Some players, they just have it, you know, like Matoma Man. You know,
Every
he's
time first.
got it, you know. He got it. He understands how to use it.
That's big brain. DM says TP. Easy escape. No, I wish I could a bit. You know what the worst one is actually? Is when I play Pangolier and I want to stack, and I will always first hit Disarmor Creep.
Yeah, see, everyone's got their own little...
Radiant's middle tower is under
RNG
this
wrong
thing
place,
never
you know?
works. Yeah.
I wouldn't mind seeing them actually add like a toggle to that ability. This might bring Pango back in the support role, other than just Insania trying to represent General. Looking for an easy pick. We'll jump on the Viper. And he's going to wipe it off the map along with this tier 1 tower. They do see Tusk, however. Will at least be able to punish him. That's going to be the Orchid reveal.
And GPK, so far, you know, having quite a good game on the
Radiant's
Storm.
middle
Did
tower
complete.
has fallen.
He hasn't died yet,
Dire's
so...
top tower is
Didn't he have
under
a good game
attack.
last
Those
time?
stats that we saw, maybe they don't mean that he has to lose.
You mean stats lie?
No, because numbers lie and I mean men lie and women lie, but one thing, that's they don't. I have learned that much.
Radiant's bottom
In my
tower
years.
is under
That's
attack.
true. Someone might lie about the stats. Like they remain solid, pure, true. Unlike Save's aim. He was a little bit off, a little bit too late. Batrider gets out again. It's the mind games again, Pike. You said last time, right? You can't juke the Juker. This time around, Save, he just blindly shook shots and misses again.
Can't prank a prankster.
You have to find a way. Otherwise, General's going to become a problem as this goes on. You know, he's got the blink.
Dire's top tower
He's got to deal with
is
that
under
4-staff
attack.
next. It's going to be very easy to kind of punish these more squishy cores of VP with the Storm Spirit and the Faceless Void.
If you click on Epi Kid right now, see what I see?
Radiant
I do see what you see, but I wish I didn't see what you see that I see.
I was just curious if it was like a glitch. I mean, otherwise, this is of course one of the standard builds in kind of current patches that go for this Midas Manta into that.
Yeah,
Just so you have additional mana for
It's
using Manta and the Time Walk.
exactly. I mean,
It makes a lot of
otherwise,
sense.
like, you don't want to be that idiot that gets caught in the middle of enemy lines, could Time Walk away, but has no mana, right?
Sure.
Not this man.
Dire's top
This lad
tower
knows what he's
is under
doing.
attack.
How does this rate compare to the Divine Rapier of last game?
Honestly,
Dire's top tower
I think I probably prefer this.
We're talking about the first one, folks, by the way. The second one was reasonable.
The second one was fine.
Oh, there we go. Demon's Edge. That's what we want. But is it really what you want?
That makes almost the same amount of sense. Of course, you're not gonna have the same amount of food to work with. And see that's the middle way.
Radiant structures
Better.
are fortified.
Well, I don't know. I was looking at it from your perspective, the Divine Rapier argument. He was almost halfway towards buying that. Instead, he's going to be sensible this game and going to make sure he's unassailable as they're going to move into the pit. It should be a quick one. Navi shoot everyone in the bot lane, so there's not really any way they can respond to this, considering the VP are the ones controlling the output.
Yeah, they had help there from the not so beta wolf helping out with that pack leader's aura.
How can you be the pack leader but be being led by someone else?
I mean, he's a leader of the pack of wolves hanging out in the jungle.
But what if a Lycan dominates you?
Yeah, I mean, he's not really a part of that pack. That's a different pack. Lycan, he's more alpha than the alpha.
So he's Alpha Omega Wolf?
Yes, pretty much.
Except
that is his secondary name.
Or as he's known on Xbox Live, XX Omega Alpha Wolf 420.
Place it.
That's his hashtag. Now let's see if VP can actually do something with this Aegis though. I don't know if they want to. Like, are you just content if you're Epi Kid on saying, let's farm for 4 minutes?
I think if you're Epi Kid, you're gonna be content farming for just about any amount of time. I mean, not entirely. You want to be using your chrono when it's ready, but farming is not really gonna hurt you that much. You're gonna, you know, the Void is just gonna keep scaling. Of course, Navi also scaled, but I think you go late in this and you have a Void and a Storm Spirit. I think it's very difficult for.
I'm glad you expand on that. At first I was like, oh no, I just asked a POS 1 player what I think a POS 1 player would be happy doing for 5 minutes. You're right, as a team, you know, whenever you got chrono, you should use it here. You've got, it's not like...
I feel like you're biased against carry players. I feel like you think that all carry players...
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Well, maybe you'd like to confirm or deny that right now. We're asking you straight here, Potty. I knew it!
All carry players, they really just want to... That's all. We're all just,
talent drops, they just sniff it, they're like, yeah, that's gonna be more gold. Oh, gold for kills.
Find the Viper here. Doesn't look all that... Oh, the Pike?
No, it's not...
Saving in there.
V2, he calmly knew, he's like, this is done. Multi-shot, sayonara, sucker.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Viper doesn't really look that squishy. I think the marksmanship going.
Yes.
Almost the Manta completed, going for the same build last game. Maybe not gonna go into the Silver Edge shaft.
Whoa, I don't know about that. After some of the triple bashes we've seen Epi Kid doing.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. You know, maybe he go.
Oh, probably not though. I wonder if in this type of game, maybe I don't know about the E-Blade build. Maybe we see some of the Daedalus we saw in game 1.
Yeah, I mean potentially. Like there are many different ways to plot this. I think Blade maybe not kind of would expect. At the same time, you know, this Void, if you want on top of the target, then kind of decent. But there's quite a bit of magic damage.
That was my concern.
Yeah.
Okay, it's gonna be Butterfly.
It makes more sense to just go for Butterfly, TB, etc. Standard.
Especially
more
makes
standard kind of carry items.
sense with the DK, right? Because we saw what he could do when there was always Agi stacked and he was getting that aura effect in him. So this is also going to benefit Iceberg a lot and kind of unlock his potential, even with these type of items, to dish out a lot of damage in those fights.
Yeah, GBK, he did decide to go for Beacons. He doesn't have much about this done from DK or the Bat Rider. Wants to keep scaling, not commit to an early.
It is a little bit worrisome though, because there are still ways to catch him off guard even without Lincolns, right? Like you can imagine swap, and then he's in the middle of the follow-up stun.
Yeah, and Epi Kid was just... He was just jumping towards Iceberg there, and he just blinks away as he's using like the animation of the chrono.
Like it'd be hard kill to secure as well. Like Iceberg, he's a chunky boy.
Is under attack.
Yeah, he just wants to use that chrono though. I mean, this Aegis is about to expire, so if you were gonna, now would be the time. But no chance, no dice.
Yeah. He did finish the Skadi, so he's gonna be able to stay on top of some of these targets a bit easier. And if you think about it, the game 1, which they won, he did have Skadi and Manta. And game 2, he didn't have Skadi or Manta.
VP in game 1 definitely had 4 kills, as they're going to finally even it up. We're 8-8 apiece. But the net worth lead is building for VP similarly to that game 1. Alright, what else did he have in game 1 that we still need? It was the Skadi Manta. He had an armlet in that game, didn't he?
Dire structures are fortified.
And he had like some... Maybe Abyssal... Daedalus, maybe
we might
a rapier he had at the end.
That's true.
He got the rapier. I think, or was there no rapier? I can't.
No. There was so many rapiers in game 2. I think we're misrecalling game 1.
Might be the case.
They didn't need rapiers because they had tier 5 items. There might have been a rapier, but the tier 5 items are more impressive.
Also. There's gonna be a smoke here though. There's the BKB on Iceberg.
Jump in straight away.
Save here.
He's
That's
always
all you
there
find.
to save
I think
people.
you're happy.
On there to save him. They almost do find Epi Kid. He's able to time walk away before Jen won't do it.
Yeah, and amid this big smoke, and all you find is this clockwork position 4 with not really a lot of net worth to speak of. Enchantress with Dave, and maybe because of the success in those two, we've got 2 glimmers now.
And now the situation you have is you've used Elder Dragon Form as well. So VP, as soon as Clockwork's up, Elder Dragon Form's coming to an end. They might try and make a move of their own. I believe, yeah, GPK almost has the Kaya. It's a really different approach because we've seen a lot of times when this Bloodstone's queued up recently, a lot of the Storms seem to shift over to building the other component first, right? Just because of the amount of effective HP it gives you. But I guess against a Drow, all this physical damage, you're not benefiting from that additional magic resistance, the soul booster.
Yeah, I think we saw Ekfen, he went for that first item, sort of, so on Storm Spirit that really helped in that one game, but I think that was against like no silences, stuns, had to be durable.
And the amount of physical in this game is just kind of ridiculous. 400 health is not going to save you. Again, kills first. Will jumping on Tusk. Hook shot to the back line to keep the Venge away. Ball lining in. Connects onto the 2 as Iceberg went inside this. And GPK got a little bit of mana left to get back towards reinforcements. Chrono's going to come out. They connect on the V2. Swap to get him out and away from the problem, but he's still in too deep. Buyback comes out from the Tusk. He wants to get involved. V2, a lot of armor to work with, but too much slows coming out. It's going to kill him off. The Lasso is too late to save the day. And Faceless Boy will be able to time walk away from this. Ice Shard's out. They want to punish him, but there's going to be Lincolns on Epi Kid to protect him. The stacks are stacking up, though. Able to time walk away once more. They need to be quick if they want to find anything. They'll have to settle for the kill on the DM, though.
Poison the soil. You fought with honor.
Looks like that will be all they'll get. Luckily for them, Roche isn't going to spawn for 50 seconds, so there's not really any way that VP can capitalize on this Drow kill now.
Yeah, the swap there made it quite difficult to down. General was able to do a lot of damage in the fight, but they did manage to find the plus fight back that fight. Still quite nice for PK getting closer to the blood.
Yeah, the question now is whether Navi, like, if they see this as an opportunity to grab that Roshan up, because now you do not have a chrono for 90 seconds. You can see, even with the chrono, how hard they had to actually work for that V2 kill.
There he goes.
Yeah, it's not all that easy. He is quite tanky. Going for this pot of armor is quite high. Gonna have
Just a casual 40 armor, nothing too big. Obviously, he does get the bonus from the marksmanship, so if you can stay on top of him, but it's always the problem is these double defensive supports make that so much more difficult to do. Question is just going to blink first in this situation. I mean, presumably, if you're Navi, you want to leverage this advantage of the big ult being gone, but it's taken so long that I think Epic Kid might have the chrono available again. They're trying, but General has to vault straight away as the silence comes out on them. Moving in, Dragonform can activate for this as well. So if they don't find anything, they may find themselves in a precarious situation, as now it's going to buy enough time for that chrono to be available. They're going to turn around before that, they jump in, just controlling up Icebug to make sure he cannot get anywhere near that pit.
Sort of poking and prodding there, hoping to maybe bait out a BTB or something. They did manage to get into form, so Navi kind of want to make use of it.
I'm over here.
But they can't.
They have the duration left, so.
And now the chrono's available again. So your kind of window is kind of gone, and I wouldn't be surprised if BP start to kind of position near the pit, because without that Elder Dragon form, it's going to be very hard for Icebug to capitalize on all this extra right-click macho dragon mode he's getting courtesy of the Drow.
And it's off.
Yeah, it is going to feel quite wasted.
I'll take that.
They're going to have to wait another 55 seconds, but right now it doesn't really look like a bar.
Dire are scanning.
It might head into the pit.
There's a high reluctance.
It's a little bit risky for them, but they are just gonna go in for it. They do have Solar on the Viper. Okay, the Viper has a Solar. It is gonna be. It's gonna be pretty fast here.
Too fast for Navi to respond. This smoke is going to be far too late. And they'll instantly smoke up as VP look to pursue forward. See if anyone was on their way to try and contest it. Moving in. Ooh. Easy pick. They always want to fly. He lingers around too long. Time dilation is going to come out and he's gone. Can they find more? Hook shot. Ooh, they have Roger on the side. He knows he's going down. Snowball to waste a little bit more of that time. We'll move across to the creeps, but GPK is there. Give him vision for the kill. They are still hunting as well. General. Epic Kid, he doesn't really want to have to chrono for this. One bash would be enough. He forced out the last two. There'll be a TP away. General barely able to get out alive.
Yeah, it's difficult. You want to hold the Manta, but you also want to start hitting him right up. A little bit tough choice there, but a little bit surprised that they didn't give the Aegis to the rather than just avoid.
I guess Storm has a lot of defensive tools, right? Like he's got his Lincolns, the Bloodstone is chunking him up now. So maybe they're like, okay, Cheese should it should protect us, right? If it doesn't, then the situation he's going to die in is maybe one we can't reset. Whereas Epi Kid now can front line without any threat to his life.
Yeah, it's more so that the generally the HP on the Storm is not all that useful. In fact, it's usually managed to miss. Kind of like you want to be going in on the Storm, maybe getting yourself into a maybe semi-awkward position and then fight. Whereas Void, he can Manta away, time walk, and then pop the cheese. But either way, they are just gonna be kind of okay with having Epi Kid. Now he can definitely stay up front. They might find something here.
I'm moving in. Always want to fly surrounded. They're going to gasp, but hook shots in. They spot the big one. They move it on to V2 to try and bring it down. Lifeline comes out from the bench. V2 needs saving. He needs it fast. They're trying to get on top, but no, he's gone. Dead for 75. FB Kid's initiation is beautiful. Triple kill already for the Faceless Void. He'll stop there. He's just being brought low. Doesn't want to give over the Aegis. But nice dodge. Icebug baits himself in. He's going to jump back in onto the Dragon Knight. The control is good, and he's gone. 4 dead on the side of Navi, and it's looking pretty bad. They mock them as they scream, you blew it, and it's starting to feel that way because now VP, they can siege the base.
Yeah, and both and GVK so far without that.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
There are no buybacks.
No.
This is just gonna be at least.
Dire's middle tower.
They could potentially go for more.
Dire's bottom tower.
I think they're probably going to play it safe, right? You're 33 minutes in, you just got a huge gold influx, and you're going to get even more. You realize now that Navi are on the ropes, and considering Epi Kid hasn't queued up a Divine Rapier, there's not too much risk for you in this game.
Top tower has fallen. Dire's top
Yeah, he's already finished the MKB, so him going for that Rapier
has fallen.
doesn't seem like he's going to. They still have the chrono on the. Yeah, they could just go bottom if they want.
It's just been an insurance policy for most of this game. Like, his chrono, I'm trying to think now, has it been twice, maybe?
Bring it on.
He hasn't really been forced to use it.
I mean, they don't have an overwhelmingly strong combo. It's not like when you have SAPPHIRE faces Void or something like that, right? It's more like a kind of reset, almost, in these fights for them, or a kind of first line of initiation buys enough time for everyone else to get in. It's not been this kind of critical element to win in the team fights for VP.
No, a lot of it has been like save or GPK going in, finding a good target, getting on top of it with Nether Toxin.
He could have maybe chrono both, but he hesitated a little bit. They're going to try and jump him now. He's so damn tanky. They'll move across on the beat soon. Gus is going to come out. More punch control out of the GPK, but there's the chrono. They throw it down. They move in. The disarm is going to be there in the face of Void. He's getting low. He's going to lose the first life, but they're going to hunt it in and find the kill on the V2. GPK gives his life for it. Or does he? Moving away. One more hit would kill him off, and it's going to be there. They at least punish the Storm Spirit, but no way of punishing V2. They will at least punish who he leaves behind, though. Save. No way out of this. Will also fall. However, with that buyback on the V2, you can't help but feel the price was damn high for Navi.
Yeah, they did manage to.
Visibility.
They got through the Aegis and forced the Void back. They got the Storm, but did buy back on the Draw Ranger. Now you have this position where if you die on either Draw or Venge, pretty much fall apart here. The Venge without a buyback for 5 minutes, Draw without a buyback for 7. Of course, Venge is, you know, not that big of a core in that same sense, but quite required to protect the Draw Rangers.
Oh, in general. Oh no, the time dilation, they called him out. He has got the buyback, the infamous 69 death timer, but he shouldn't be forced to use it. It's unlikely VP are going to try and push towards that base and force that buyback. Their eyes are always going to be on V2 from now on.
Yeah, and you saw Epic he learned from that earlier sequence there. He just kind of immediately presses the map. Sure that there's no out.
With that, GPK being up just a few seconds, they could just try and shove in and keep, you know, Navi starved in their base, because they know Rosha's not going to be up for another 2.5 minutes. And when you got this sort of net worth lead, you can feel it. Time dilation jumping. Hook shot in. They catch the big one. V2 in trouble. They need a save. But where's it going to be? There's a swap out. V2 is not long range. Forced up to get him away. But GPK is hunted. Oh, they want to get rid of one. Always one of fire is going to be down. V2 tries to grab the Gus as a whiff, though. GPK gets on top of him. The damage is too much. He's dead and gone. For 100 seconds, GPK forced up the way. He will die. But Navi instantly tap out. They know it's over. Finally, VP closed the series 2-1.
VIRTUS.
Yeah, Epic finishing their triple kill. I mean, just a stellar performance. It wasn't really it wasn't really a tough game for him to say. You know, there weren't too many heroes on his neck, down his neck, and so he got this pretty free kind of start. And yeah, I mean, I think a nice